Welcome back, guys, to Conspiracy with the Toke with
Mountain Man.
and the Wizard. All right, tonight's podcast is going to be about time travel,
Oh,
as you
can't
heard
wait.
from the sneak peek. So, time travel. Mountain Man, what do you know?
All right, so what do you mean, what do I know? What do I know as in, like, Hollywood, what do I know? Or what do I know as in, like...
What do you know? Well, if I came to you and I wrote down on a piece of paper, said, what is time travel to you? And I said, write a paragraph, what would you send me?
Oh, geez. All right, so I feel like first, any place that anybody would have to start at is Back to the Future. I mean, the whole, like, idea of you get into a machine... You turn it on, and then all of a sudden, poof, you're either in the future or you're back in time. So
Okay, I mean, well, that's the time travel in fiction. I mean, ultimate reality. But when we start with time travel, we got to start with numero uno, time. What is time? While most people think time as a constant, physicist Albert Einstein showed that time is an illusion. It is relative. It can vary from different observers depending on the speed through space. To Einstein, time is in the fourth dimension. Space is described as a three-dimensional area which provides a traveler with coordinates such as length, width, or height. Showing location, time provides another coordinate, destination. Although controversy, it only moves forward, never backwards.
yeah.
According to Albert Einstein, it can never go backwards.
So then,
It can
how
always
would you
go forward.
travel back in time? Then?
There's no such thing. According to the guy who invented it,
Yeah,
you can't go backwards. You can only go forward.
you can go forward enough to the point where you essentially make it back to the end.
Yes.
That's
and
crazy.
basically, like Einstein's theory, it says that time slows down and speeds up depending on how fast you move relative to something else.
Okay.
Approaching the speed of light, a person inside a spaceship would age much slower than its twin at his home. Also, under Einstein's theory of general relativity, gravity can bend time.
Which is crazy. So we were just talking about that the other day, where I was reading an article that said the further you get from the surface of the Earth, like airplane clocks, like physical, actual mechanical clocks on airplanes are disrupted by being high enough above the ground that the gravity is affecting how fast they move.
Yes, yeah, and then because when it comes to time, time in general, there's general and there's special.
Okay.
And Einstein has invented both, and he also has written about both. To give the people an example out there, picture a fourth dimensional fabric called space-time. Space-time. When anything that has mass sits on that piece of fabric, it causes a dimple or a bending. All right. In that space-time, the bending of the space-time causes the objects to move or curve on a curved path. And then that's how it works. The gravity is pulling down on that object, making it go into that curve. And time above that curve is different from time below that curve. And another big example, it has been proven with GPS satellite technology that is very accurate timepieces on board. The effects of gravity, as well as the satellite's increased speeds above Earth relative to observers on the ground, make the unadjusted clocks gain 38 microseconds a day.
That is intense.
So, because the gravity is different up there, time is different. So, basically, another big time example, time is different on Earth than it is on Mars. Because there's no gravity on Mars.
Yeah.
So time is completely different. Obviously, like space, like when astronauts go to space, they age significantly slower than a person on Earth because of the gravity.
That's intense. I mean, that kind of gives in the idea too of, like, I think it was Superman that flies around the Earth fast enough to go back in time.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes down to it, the biggest followers of like the claims of Albert Einstein are like NASA. NASA's still highly behind it. Stephen Hawking, before his passing, he was a big Einstein guy.
Yeah.
He all of his theories and papers and stuff like that always footnoted Einstein.
Yeah.
Because like most of his information within those studies are basis of an Albert Einstein theory. So he basically took a theory and ran with it because Einstein's dead.
Yeah.
So you got to go with it. So guys, when we talk about time travel, we're going to talk about different types of theories of time travel. Okay. We'll start with the most common, black hole. A common black hole in our space.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, do you know what black holes do? Like, do you know the concept of black holes?
So I've heard a little bit about how black holes they suck in all the light and the gravity and everything that's around them. So they almost bend the light that goes into them, because it absorbs into the black hole like everything. It's just a absence of everything. It's a void.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to read you something from the physicist Stephen Hawking himself. He wrote it in the Daily Mail in 2010, basically summing time travel with the black hole.
Okay.
All right. So you think about it. Quote, "Around and round they go, experiencing just the half time of everybody else far away from the black hole. The ship and its crew would be traveling through time," physicist Stephen Hawking wrote. "Imagine they circled the black hole for 5 years. 10 years would have passed somewhere else. When they got home, everybody on Earth would have aged 5 more years than the crew inside of the black hole. However," he added, "the crew would need to travel around the speed of light for this to work." Physicist Amos Iron at Israel Institute of Technology in Israel pointed out another limitation. If one uses a machine, it might fall apart before being able to rotate that quickly.
Yeah.
So you got to think, if his theory is a machine can get ripped apart before actually getting to the speed of light, you got to think that, is it possible for a normal human to time travel within a black hole? Probably not.
Probably
because
not.
it would probably rip us apart.
Yeah.
I mean, for one, we can't even get near a black hole as just in a spacesuit. It would it would tear us apart. But according to Mr. Irons in Israel, we can't even put a machine in there that could time travel with the black hole.
That's crazy. I mean, at least with anything that we've put into space so far as materials that our spaceships are made out of.
All right, we're going to move on to another alternate time travel. We're going to go with the Godfather paradox. The grandfather paradox.
The grandfather paradox.
Before I did research for our podcast, I really had no clue if this existed as a theory of time travel.
This is exciting.
What
Something
I did
that the
is
Wiz didn't even
I'm
know.
quoting for everybody out there, for all the Karens out there. I have everything that I'm saying has almost everything that doesn't sound like it's coming from the Wizard has been quoted from Chapman University. Their physics team did a lot of the grandfather paradox.
Mm-hmm.
So if I don't say quote, it's from me. If I say quote, it's from those guys over there in Clapton University, right? Is that right?
Sometimes I think that they could just take a chill pill. You know what I mean? Hey, Wiz, you know anybody that could really give you a good chill pill these days? I know we got a good chill pill in front of us.
Well, yeah. We got a 7.6 ounce, gram
blunt, yeah, man.
with a gram of some wax in it of unknown sources.
Yeah, if y'all are looking for your chill pill, go ahead and check out Nugs Bunny. They're at Nugs Bunny 757 on Instagram, or check out another one of our our strains that we have in this blunt here, because we have 10 different strains in here, a half gram of each. Go over and check out Loud Pack Patterson at Instagram. What's the other one that we have in here? That'd be Flavortown, right?
Yeah, Flavortown Exotics.
Which is at Flavortown Exotics _ I believe. Heck yeah. What were we talking about again? I'm sorry, buddy.
No, the grandfather paradox.
The grandfather paradox.
So, we'll start with that. Besides physics problems, time travel may also come with some unique situations. A classic example is the grandfather paradox, in which a time traveler goes back and kills his parents or his grandparents, the major plot line in, quote, the Terminator movies, or otherwise interferes in their relationship. Think Back to the Future. So that he is never born or his life is forever altered. So basically, I had no clue that the grandfather paradox caused you to go back in time and kill your parents or grandparents while they're young, and then you cease to exist in the future.
I mean, if we're really bringing that up, we also have to bring up the idea that he definitely almost slept with his mom.
Yeah, he did.
That's pretty crazy.
He did.
Some Oedipus stuff going on there.
The biggest thing is, this is quote unquote from some of the physicists over there at Clapham University. They went on quote saying, if that were to happen, some physicists say, you would not be born in one parallel universe, but still be born in others. So basically, when you go back in time and you kill yourself off, like you kill yourself off in that dimension. So you go over to the left, you're still alive.
That's crazy.
That's and simply to put it, that it is simply mathematically impossible, Stephen Hawking. So that was just a little throw in there. It kind of blew my mind.
That's wild.
When I when I read about that. So we'll probably go to your forte. Mm-hmm. We'll go to the next section, time travel and fiction.
Oh,
so let's start there. So we'll just I have some examples I wrote down. We'll start one-way travel to the future. Basically, the traveler leaves home, but the people he or she left behind might age or be dead by the time the traveler returns. And my example was Interstellar. Mm-hmm. If you ever seen that movie,
yeah,
great movie.
Oh my god. When he's trapped inside of that like time anomaly at the end of the movie, and he's like plucking on strings to get a hold of his daughter or something like that. That was absolutely insane, dude. I mean, and the first time I watched that movie, no bullshit, I was high as shit. So it was a great time, dude.
That's funny. That's funny. But okay, another fictional way to time travel is traveling the space-time vortex. Take a guess on what show I picked for that.
Ooh.
What is a prime example of space-time travel in a vortex?
In a vortex?
In a vortex.
Ooh. I don't know. Hit me with a whiz.
Doctor Who.
Doctor Who.
The TARDIS.
Heck yeah.
Vortex. Space machine they can get in. Destination, height, weight, whatever. Boom, you're there. So we'll go to time jumping.
Okay.
I wrote down pretty good. I didn't see it, but it was really like the only movie that was connected to like jumping, like time jumping.
Yeah.
Was The Girl Who Leapt Through Time, and it was in 2006.
Okay.
Another one is The DeLorean from Back to the Future.
Yeah.
That was a big one. So Back to the Future. Yeah. Back to the Future. Real quick. Let's stop there.
I feel like that's the most realistic.
Do you think that's the most realistic? Getting like the little chamber in the back, you got to like get the uranium and or what's that, potassium or uranium or whatever.
So think about it, right? So nuclear reactors, right? They say that nuclear reactors and stuff that they put off, there's a possibility of there's some anomalies that nuclear reactors put off. You know what I mean? So like when you take the fact of such a powerful substance, right? And put it into this machine, dude. You know what I mean? Especially with how fucking smart that guy was. Like, come on, dude. There's got to
Played by
be
a
some
great
science.
actor, Christopher Lloyd. Love that guy.
That's what I'm saying, dude. There's some science put into this movie. Like, where's the 88 coming from? We got to do some more investigation into that because I'm sure there's something behind it. Or maybe I'm just crazy.
All right, so another example for fictional time travel is time traveling while standing still.
Yeah.
Basically, time machine.
Yep.
You just sit there and everything around you shoots up forward or backwards, however you want to put it. Slow time travel. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's called Premiere. I personally like it. It's really good. Basically, the guy stays within. He basically time travels, but he time travels really slow in a 24-hour period. But like somebody's hour is like a second for him. Like it's like really like it's craziness, dude. You should check. It's actually on Amazon. It's like really.
So it's
really
almost like Click.
Yes, there you go.
Where
yes.
he could like somehow hit a button
and then
it just fast forwards around him.
Yeah, and then he just stays still.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I dig it. Okay, I dig it. I didn't think about that one to put down.
Heck yeah. Hey,
So,
here's a good question. So when you think about time travel, right? When you're able to move from one destination to another faster than you normally would you consider that time travel?
I mean, dude, I believe time travel is so real. When you go to the state that splits the time in half and you're in one state and it's like 9 o'clock and your other state at 10 o'clock, you're time traveling.
Okay, so you're just a time travel fan.
Yeah, I like time travel.
So
I truly believe that our government has the ability to time travel, but it ain't perfected yet.
So what I'm getting at is, do you believe that the idea of take us into warp speed would be considered a form of time travel?
Yeah, that's interstellar time travel.
Okay.
Yeah, that's another one. I actually skipped it over.
Okay.
It's just, but interstellar time travel is something, and obviously Star Trek, Star Wars, stuff like that. That could be plausible, but like, you have to have a lot of like nuclear power to do something like that. Like,
I mean, the size of the reactor would be unfathomable by the human mind today.
Yeah, you just thinking like in Star Wars when Obi-Wan Kenobi wants to turn off the reactors, he was just standing on the little thingy and all the way down was like the whole reactor. Like, and he's just an itty bitty guy standing on the platform.
You know, I think it's a really big task to take on. However, I think that our man Elon might be in the works on something, man.
Oh, if anybody on this planet, because Hawking and Edison is dead. If anybody else
when did
left,
Hawking pass away?
When I was actually in college, it was
Really?
2000.
I thought he was still alive, dude. Crazy.
Yeah. He passed. I think Elon Musk would probably be the one.
Yeah.
To invent time travel or perfect time travel, or publicly put out time travel for the common folk.
Because Lord knows if that man came up with time travel, he would find some way to give it to the public. It's either that or the Rothschilds, one or the other. But that's only because they have enough money to buy time
The
travel.
Rothschilds are funding Elon Musk on the time travel.
Oh, yeah. It's got to be happening. It's in a bunker somewhere. He's not ready to give it to us yet. It's kind of like Dogecoin. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's not quite ready to let us all be rich and famous yet. He's just holding on to it a little bit longer.
All right, so I know you. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, and it's a movie. It's tons of movies actually, remakes of it. One of the most noted and documented conspiracies with time travel involving the U.S. government is the Philadelphia experiment. You ever heard of that?
I have not.
Okay, so basically, in a shipyard in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, they had this destroyer. Yeah. Right, and they had a so-called
destroyer is roughly, you ready? 350 feet from bow to stern.
Okay.
Don't quote me.
Okay. So
Maybe.
apparently they
Ooh, I might be off on that.
got something from a downed UFO,
Yeah.
and they reverse engineered it
Mm.
and got time travel with it. Like
So
they could
you're telling me that there not only do we have time travel, but we also have the UFO.
Yep.
That's crazy.
And the ship's called the USS Eldridge. That was the ship used.
Okay.
So basically, so they put a crew
Mm.
on this boat in the naval shipyard, and they turned this propulsion system on. And there has been, don't know the names of the people, but there has been documented proof that the eye view of the ship actually disappearing and then coming back. Well, when they went on the boat, there was no crew, and some of the crew was infused into the deck of the ship, and then like the side of the ship inside the metal. So, and then they scrapped the project after that. So like that was like a time travel thing with our U.S. government. It's big. I mean, there's actually evidence out there. There's documents signed by like the president at the time, chief of staff, shit like that. There is fucking documented proof that this happened. But all the goodies are all redacted.
Mm.
So we really don't know what happened, but there's been something that happened.
That's crazy. Oh, and yeah, sorry, this blunt had me tripping there. I had a dyslexic moment. It's 530 feet, not 350. Crazy.
All right, so we're gonna end the show on one question: is it possible? Do you think it's possible? Your spiel, go.
All right. Well, knowing that we have some sort of evidence to the fact of us recreating some sort of alien software, right? That allowed us time travel. You know what I mean? And that aspect of the aspect of time travel being here and us not understanding it completely yet. I do think, yes, that is very plausible. However, the idea of us having time travel and understanding it like we created it, I don't think that that's possible yet. No.
Oh, okay.
How about you?
Do I think it's possible? Yes. Plausible? No. Like, I think that the human race could get there one day. I just think we need a push, and the push hasn't happened yet. Mm-hmm. Either evolution, an outside source, like anything. Like, I know evolution takes millions and millions of years, but I think the closest we could actually get to time travel would probably be like the examples of like the Philadelphia Project.
Yeah.
Like it's possible, but it's not perfected.
Yeah.
Because obviously people died.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to think about that. Another close thing that could actually happen. I don't know if you ever seen it, but there's this movie called Project Almanac, and it's about time travel. And his dad perfected time travel. And basically, like, when they time traveled, they were in this certain area. You had to be in a certain area. And then, like, it was all controlled. I mean, it's all Hollywood, but it was all controlled by, like, a sweet-ass watch.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And then the friends would get together and they would time travel. But this time travel could go future.
Yeah.
Whatever. Da-da-da-da. I think that's possible. But do I think groups of people? Maybe. Mm-hmm. But maybe one person could do it. I mean, it depends on, like, what is powering the machine. It's actually like, if you watch the show, it's a whole machine.
Yeah.
Like, it's a big-ass machine that does everything. But you just, like, hook something to you, and it's like, it uses your particles and does your thing. I mean...
So you think that we have the ability to invent it and not discover it? See, I think we're definitely more plausible to discover it than invent it.
I mean, discovering I mean, like, how do you discover time travel though? Like,
So,
do you just like
I
walk
mean,
down the road
by-
and like, oh, time travel?
Well, essentially,
Like-
yeah, like finding something that allows us to do allows us to time travel.
Oh, okay,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like something that wasn't invented by one of us. By one of us, I mean a human. You know what I mean? So I think it's more plausible that we will, especially with all of the alien stuff that's been going on over the past couple of years here. A lot of people have been seeing a lot more stuff going on. I don't know if that, I'm still skeptical here and there. You know what I mean? I try to be super open minded, but I really believe that it's time travel is going to be one of those things that the human race ends up discovering, not inventing.
All right, there you have it, folks. Mixed opinions. I love it.
Oh yeah.
So, guys, we have another request for another show, and our next show is going to be about psychics and mediums.
Hell yeah.
I'm actually currently in the process of doing research to make sure I bring you all the information correctly and accurately. That will be probably the next few days. Check that out. And also want to give a special shout out to my uncle. His name is Matthew Schweiger. Check out his Facebook.
Yeah.
Correct.
Facebook.
It's
and his Instagram.
Oh yeah, he has an
It's-
Instagram.
I'm pretty sure it's the same on both. It's Schwag Fishing, right? How do you spell it? SCH.
SCHWAG Fishing.
Hell yeah. And before you wrap that up, Wiz, I want to give a quick shout out too to our website. Hey guys, our website is live. It's at www.trtproductions757.com.
All right, guys. Well, you guys have a good night. Make sure you put on your tinfoil hats and keep your bowls close because you never know what's going to happen.
Peace, y'all.